We are 100 days to the NFL draft. The period to enter the NFL draft is over. So we know the list of the early entrants, and I know you know a lot of these names. What we're going to focus on today with Chip Patterson is how these college football programs, some of the best in the country, are planning to replace some of their best players. Let's bring in the host of the Cover 3 podcast, Chip Patterson, giving us the top replacements for the early entrants in the draft. And let's start with a potential number 1 overall pick in the draft, Bama offensive tackle Evan Neal. And Chip, it helps when you kill it in recruiting. It helps when you have the top 2 offensive linemen in the country in last year's class behind the guy.
Yeah, you've got it right there. It's J.C. Latham and Tommy Brockermeyer. They did rank number 1 and 2 in terms of offensive tackles. But guess what? They were also both in the top 6 of all overall prospects in that 2021 class. Now, what have they done this year? Well, for the most part, Latham was doing a lot of special teams, but then also got to see a little bit of time in the Cotton Bowl win because of an injury. Brockermeyer did not see game action. So I would say that Latham might have the edge over Brockermeyer in terms of replacing Neal at that left tackle position. But Chris Owens is out of eligibility as well. So Nick Saban is going into 2022 having to replace both tackle positions around his Heisman Trophy winning quarterback in Bryce Young. And so it is fantastic to have both Latham, who has a little bit of experience, and Brockermeyer, who's still being brought along in the program, to have those 2 former 5-star, top 6 overall prospects that you can plug into the tackle position to replace him.
And for the 3rd straight year, Nick Saban is going to replace 2 of the top wide receivers in the country. Each of the last 2 drafts, there have been multiple Alabama wide receivers taken in the top 15. Probably not going to get that this year, but are going to have probably 1 first-round pick in Jameson Williams. You got John Metchie, who's going pro as well. And you're looking at a guy who was just on that list that we showed of 5-star prospects, top prospects in the class of 21 to replace them.
Yeah, Ja'Cory Brooks had almost all of his production in the last 6 games of the season. He had to come on for Jameson Williams. And who caught the game-tying touchdown against Auburn to be able to send that game to overtime? Well, that was number 7, Ja'Cory Brooks. The way that he played coming off the bench in that Iron Bowl really sowed the seeds for what I think is going to be a special career. I single him out among a lot of other very talented wide receivers, Jai Hall, Javon Baker, JoJo Earl. Those are other players that are going to be pieces of the puzzle to replace, yes, Metchie, yes, Williams, but also Slade Bolden. But I do think that Brooks is going to end up being the alpha here, so I wanted to give him a little bit of shine. A lot of expectations because we've still got Bryce Young there, so the offense is going to have to put up points, or the receiver's going to be there to be able to help Young along in making sure that they get to where they need to be.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.